What is up, YouTube? It's Rsmario here, and I'm doing something a little bit different with my anime first impressions videos. I know you have seen that there hasn't been any first impressions this season yet. That's because I wanted to try something a wee bit different. So I've been looking at a lot of other anime channels, and what they do is they usually have like a rundown of what I'm gonna watch in the season, which I do those videos every season. And then they have a rundown of shows that they have watched, like the first maybe 4 episodes, and kind of like tell you if you should watch them or not. And that's kind of what I do, but I do individual impression videos. So usually, and mainly because one, they're usually like 3 to 5 minutes. They're really quick, they're really fun to make, but they don't get a lot of views. And that, from what I've learned, can actually hurt the YouTube channel. So I was thinking of a way to continue this tradition on the channel without damaging it, because we're actually getting some traction now. Subscribers are coming in, views on the Fire Emblem videos are coming in, and I kind of want to continue this traction because I've been stuck at like that 520, 515 subscribers for a minute now. So I came up with a new way, and that is to take the first impressions that I was gonna do and put them into one kind of semi-scripted video. And it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna use my same scale of, watch it, follow it, shelve it, or drop it. So of course, the kind of self-explanatory. Watch it means I'm gonna watch the show the whole season. Follow it means I'm gonna follow the show. I'm gonna give it a chance, but I may not finish it. Shelve it means I'm going to put it away until I have more time. And of course, drop it is self-explanatory, meaning drop that jam. Of course, I'm not going to do every show because I haven't watched every show. I haven't even watched every show I really wanted to talk about yet. But I wanted to get this video out before it was too old. So let's do this. So before I get started, I wanted to pour one out, for the homies. They got screwed over by Netflix. They went to Netflix jail. Just want to pull one out for y'all. So there have been a lot of sports anime that come out lately. There have been like the balls up to the wall shonen action of Kuroko no Basket. Then you have the kind of like, happy kind of slice of life, chick fan service of Free. You have all those shows, but one thing we have this season is a full-blown sports anime drama. Hanebado is a story about a girl in the badminton team or the badminton club who is basically kind of like battling, not being good enough. And there's one girl who is amazingly talented. I kind of forgot people's names because I'm not that good with names. But it's the story seems pretty interesting. The animation is amazing, but it's a bit over dramatic, just a wee bit, but it definitely gets a follow. Hunting is a sport, right? It is. I mean, hunting vampires may not be a sport, but hunting is a sport. So that segue didn't work, but I'm gonna roll with it anyway. So, Sirius the Jaeger is a show about hunting as a werewolf who hunts vampires and a group of vampire hunters. And it, just as it sounds, it's balls to the wall action, and the animation is slick. The only problem is it's a Netflix anime, so you really can't legally watch it anywhere just yet. I think it is 12 episodes, so we won't have to wait as long as we would for something else. But still, you know, it's definitely getting a watch if you can watch it. I mean, I would say definitely watch first couple episodes. I mean, I want people to watch it legally, but Netflix, the show is so good though. It's so good. So next up we have is another show that's locked behind a different paywall. This one is Banana Fish. Next up, Banana Fish, a gritty crime drama about Yurio. After the events of Yuri on Ice, Yurio leaves Japan and he heads off to New York to find a name for himself. He ends up getting tied up with a gang leader and kind of becomes a gay sex slave. He ends up getting his own gang, own little gang, and then things happen. And then there's another Asian dude who's really good with the pole. Yeah, this show is interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm not really into the whole yaoi deal. Beyond the yaoi, though, the show is actually interesting. Banana Fish follows a young guy by the name of Ash Lynx that looks like a grown-up version of Yurio. I mean, I'm just saying, you can't get that out of your brain now. And it's kind of like this gritty 80s crime drama. But it's, of course, been transplanted into the 2000s. And it's actually a pretty interesting show. I kind of want a dub for it because I like to watch this type of show in dub. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like profanity. It just gives you more of that grittiness than in the Japanese. But it's actually pretty interesting. You know, it follows him. He's a small-time gangster. He was a sex slave by a bigger gangster who adopted him. And it basically follows him trying to keep this particular drug named Banana Fish away from his uncle, who's probably going to push that everywhere, and then people are going to die because it makes you want to kill yourself. So, yeah, Banana Fish is actually a pretty interesting show. This show gets a watch. And then, of course, we have the Lord of the Season. We have Attack on Titan Season 3.
Not let them die in vain. We dedicate. The time has come, our hearts we dedicate. The future is uncertain. Hold fast and never let it go.
You think I wasn't going to watch Attack on Titan Season 3? Attack on Titan Season 2 was damn near my best anime of 2017. You know what I'm saying? So, of course I'm going to watch Attack on Titan Season 3. I don't know why people are saying, I mean, oh, there's no hype for Attack on Titan. There's a ton of hype for Attack on Titan. It may not be as hyped as it was in the original season because it took a 4-year break. And a lot of people read the manga, so they already kind of know what's happening here. I stopped reading the manga around, like, before this point. So I stopped reading the manga around like the end of the Battle of the Titans arc. So around the end of season 2. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen next. So I didn't read any more of the manga for this purpose. Because I just wanted to watch the show. And of course, Attack on Titan, it looks good. The human versus human action is pretty interesting. You know, telling a more human story is interesting, even though it's kind of weird that you would wait until we have a sentient, talking Titan to want to tell a human story. But it's fine though. I'm still cool with it. It's more Attack on Titan story, and of course, it gets a watch. So we go from the eye candy of Attack on Titan to the eye cauliflower of what is it? Angol Moist record of Mongol invasion. Why did you give it that name? That's not even a Japanese word, I don't think. But yes, Record of Mongol Invasion is basically what happens when Sony gives the animation rights for its newest video game, Ghost of Tsushima, to an animation studio. And then they put a weird paper filter over it. Like, this show actually is pretty interesting because I'm a huge history buff. Alright, and one bit of history that hasn't been touched on is the Mongolian invasions of Japan. Like, we've seen stories about Mongols versus China. Like, Disney did a big one. They're doing a live action version of it. We've seen that story. But Mongols invaded a lot more than just China. They also tried to invade Japan at one point. And with Ghost of Tsushima coming out, I think next year? Or this year? Maybe next year? I can't quite remember the date on that. But also, we have this anime. And this anime basically tells the story of a lone samurai who was in exile, who was taken to Tsushima to help them battle off the Mongol invasion. Or at least forestall it for a little while. And the story would be interesting. It's just that the stupid filter thing. I had a feeling when I read the synopsis and it said it's drawn in the old style or an old style, that it was going to be something weird. I thought they were going to do something like similar to what they did with Megalobox, where they purposely downgrade the quality of the footage to make it look like it's an older anime. But no, they literally took a good-looking anime and put a paper filter on it. But for the story, this show gets a watch. And the last show on my list so far, okay, I do think there's about 2 other shows I probably will do videos on, but Starlight, or Revu Starlight, this show right here came as a complete surprise, you know, because at first I'm thinking, okay, so it's one of those kind of like moe, you know, cute girls doing cute things, you know, going for a goal type of thing, kind of like, what was the one about the kids trying to get to Antarctica? So something similar to that, except for their goal was they wanted to be singers or play actresses or whatever. Okay, I'm trying to expand my anime horizons, so I checked this show out, right? Oh yeah, okay, it's pretty much textbook this until the main character finds the underground moe fight club being run by the talking giraffe. I need to say no more, just watch it. Watch. That's about it for this. There's some more anime I do want to do videos on, so I might do maybe 1 or 2 videos. But that's about it for this. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep it real.
Light has long since left our faces, and humanity soon lost and wasted. But when your everyday is hell-sent, can the world become more cruel? The earth it shakes as death draws nearer, and the sky